from what I've seen in your content, I get the sense too that you're essentially repurposing a lot of what you're doing through your podcasts. You're taking clips from the podcast, interesting moments, and then turning those into individual videos.
Yep, you got it. So when there's a couple areas that I could talk about here. So first, we'll start with just video production and ignoring the interviews. So I have probably a couple hundred blog posts over on my blog, and honestly, a lot of the topics are not great, but I know a handful of them are pretty good. So I went to that list and I tried to figure out how I can repurpose the content from the blog over to YouTube. And I did probably a pretty terrible job because I didn't use any B-roll. I literally just shot like talking head videos, and they were rambly. They went on a little too long. In a lot of cases, I didn't have a script. I just had a couple bullet points, and that leads to, long rambling videos. And my channel actually grew really well while I was doing those videos. So in those cases, I basically just had the idea, went through and shot it. Now, I love doing interviews, these long form interviews, which I do use for the podcast. And then I record video just like this, and I'm able to publish that long form interview. And just like you said, I'm able to just like chop it into clips. So, Joe Rogan and a lot of other shows do this. When my video editor gets a hold of the raw files there, basically I'm like, edit it like you would do a normal interview. Give me the audio so I could publish it on the podcast feed. The other part, we'll go ahead and put that on YouTube and then just chop it up. I don't even give her instructions. I tell her, anywhere from say 6 minutes to 13 minutes or so. So we have some more manageable chunks. A lot of people on YouTube don't want to watch a full interview. Maybe they don't have enough time at that given moment, or maybe they just don't watch long interviews. So I just have these long form interviews that I could chop up, and occasionally I'm producing one of these scripted videos where, nowadays I pay a little more attention to the conciseness. I try to write out that script and I try to edit it really tight. So I really have the shortest video that I could possibly get, because I'm producing so much other content. And honestly, I make very little from from ad revenue. So I don't really care about the views. I really don't care about the view time. The subscriber count is a vanity metric in many ways. And for me, you mentioned it earlier, it's the email list. I want people on the email list. That's my goal. So all these things, the blog, the podcast, all the YouTube videos, I just want to get people on the email list so I could communicate with them directly without having the layer of nonsense on YouTube where there's ads showing and all that. Now I do show ads occasionally, but it's on the minority of the videos.